these games, these remasters, have positive reviews overall on Steam. People actually like these games. GTA Definitive Edition has had a big update out of nowhere. We thought GTA Definitive Edition was dead in the water, but it's had 2 updates, and basically the big updates, the 2 big changes are, number 1, it has brought seemingly all the fixes from the Netflix mobile editions to the new platforms like on PC, right? So before, the objectively best way to play Definitive Edition was the Netflix mobile edition because it was the only one with all these fixes, but they finally brought them here. And number 2 is that they've removed all mention of Grove Street Games. Bear in mind, Grove Street Games are the developers of this fucking remaster. They literally made the remaster. They are the developer that created this project. You know, like they actually did all the work. And then they are now wiped. The only time that I've ever seen anything close to a development studio being wiped from their own game is like Notch with Minecraft. But again, that's kind of different because Notch is like one person, not really the whole studio. But yeah, it's really, really stupid. Okay? So, 2 things to mention. Number 1, do you guys want to see the fucking patch notes? So I was like, oh, we'll take a look at the patch notes and see what's different, and we'll take a look. Look at these fucking patch notes. Look at this. This is all you get. The Definitive Edition title update notes. Numerous fixes and improvements. Added classic lighting mode. That's it. That's all we've got. Hey guys, here's the patch notes. We updated the game. Full stop. No fucking clarification as to what it is. So we don't know. We don't know what the changes are. People are just speculating and, testing stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a trilogy playthrough from 3 to Vice City to San Andreas. And we're just going to see what the difference is. Because there is no fucking way to know. There is absolutely no way to know what they've changed. They don't say anything. Number 2, the other major point was we played a while back. We played the San Andreas Switch version, a Definitive Edition, right? And I was going to do a full playthrough of the trilogy on Switch. And I never finished San Andreas because it was just so fucking horrendous. I went into Josh's stream and I was like, yo, is it coming to Switch and old gen consoles? Or is it just coming to PC and new gen? Because if it's coming to old gen and they've fixed the AI accuracy, maybe, we don't know because they don't fucking tell you, then maybe I could finish my Switch playthrough because it's actually playable now. So I was like, oh, well, it's not coming to old, like people were saying it's just coming to new gen. There's no evidence of it coming to old gen. So I guess the Switch is still screwed. There's no more updates planned for the Switch. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll play it on PC. We'll do the trilogy thing, start the stream, download the games on PC, just about to open them. And then all of a sudden, people start telling me, actually, it just went live on Switch as well. So, fuck's sake, I just planned a whole playthrough based on the fact that the update wasn't coming to the Switch. And now, like this very second, they've started updating it for Switch as well. So, we're going to stick to it on PC, but we might also finish our Switch playthrough. I don't know if we will, but we'll see. Because, yeah, like, just fucking Rockstar, for some reason, releases an update for new gen, says nothing about old gen, and then just shadow drops it for old gen like an hour later and doesn't say anything. And even when they patch the game properly, they don't even put a fucking changelog, so we don't even know what's actually changed. It's all so stupid. I've already got a sour taste in my mouth, and I haven't even booted up the fucking first game yet. Because everything about this is just wrong. Like, their entire process of how they do updates makes no sense. Okay, let's get GTA 3 booted and let's fucking have a look. Yeah, so as you see here, there used to be a Grove Street Games logo here, I think, and they just wiped it. So now it's just GTA 3 Definitive Edition, nothing else. Just scrap GSG entirely. Full disclosure before we start, okay? I have not been tracking Definitive Edition. I've played it, bits and pieces, as you've all seen. I did, like, all achievements, 100% for all 3 games and stuff. But I haven't been tracking the patches. So I will talk about what I notice as we go through, but there's a good chance that it might have been fixed in an earlier patch, or it might have been in the original. I don't know exactly when things have been added and removed. I'm just going to point out things that I'm like, oh, this looks a bit weird. Oh, this looks a bit strange. I don't think this happens in the original, that kind of thing. I'm not going to like massively analyze this shit because I don't know. I haven't played all the patches. So we're going to go in neutral. I'm going to point out things that I like and point out things that I don't. I'm not watching the cutscenes though. Fire still looks horrible. Lighting looks okay though. It looks kind of dark. Yeah, the discrepancy between like the fire here, like look how it's like it's going out and setting back on fire again. Like especially this bit with the ambience. This is like PS1 tier fire. Like this in a 2024 release or even a 2021 release is like unacceptable. This looks terrible. It literally looks like we're in a fucking nightclub with all the lights flashing constantly. I'm kind of, I don't know about the lighting. I feel like I don't really tell a difference. This looks exactly the same as DE to me, to be honest. But they still have the really annoying thing where if you look a certain place, a couple of seconds later, it resets your camera again. They still have that shit. Oh yeah, we can just toggle the lighting on and off, true. Let's have a look. Classic lighting. I mean, sure. It just looks brighter. I need like a side-by-side to really look at it. It looks better, I think. It looks more like immersive in nighttime. Whereas before it looks like it's kind of like early evening. Now it actually looks like nighttime. They removed the clouds, do they? Is there clouds without the classic lighting? Oh yeah! They just delete the clouds. Why? There's a cloud quality option as well. Classic lighting. Wait, look at this. So you can change the clouds to be volumetric, but then when you turn on the classic lighting, it deletes. It literally deletes the clouds. You can't even change them. Look, it deletes it off the menu. Look at that shit. What the fuck is that? Why? Why can't you have both? Why can't you have classic lighting and volumetric clouds? Hey, it literally just deletes the clouds from the map. That is really interesting. I wouldn't have noticed that. See, this is why we need to do it as a team. Because I would not have noticed that, so good job. Also, I'm getting stutters. Can you guys see this? I'm actually getting stuttering. Like, this game looks like shit. My PC should be able to run it. It almost feels like I'm playing an Unreal Engine 5 game, you know, with like the micro stuttering. Like I'm not dropping like mega FPS, but it's going down to like, you know, it like freezes for a second and I drop like a couple of frames and it's just noticeable. Wait, oh, you can see the frame counter. Okay, perfect, yeah. Then you'll see what I mean. Hey, they fixed the music. That never used to play. If you have the music or the radio turned off or the music volume turned off, the mission past wouldn't play, even in original, like even in the OG. And what would happen was you couldn't start the next mission until the mission past music had played, but you couldn't hear the mission past music. So you would pass a mission, it would be silence, and you'd have to wait for 10 seconds of silence before the next mission would start. So yeah, I wonder if I can start the next mission now. I'll have to check at one where you're actually near a marker, because I didn't have enough time this time. Why is the roof oh my god. Why is the roof reflective? You see, Lime, every single vehicle in this game is made out of like fucking... How would you even describe it? Like every vehicle look is just like insanely reflective. It's like there's mirrors on every fucking side of it. Yeah, like tinfoil, yeah. Okay, here's the paint spray. Does the garage door work? The garage doors used to be busted. Yeah, I think. You don't hear the sound anymore. I don't think though. Yeah, before when you would paint spray or use a garage, it would make the sound over and over again. Like it would go like of like the sound of the door closing. Now they've just deleted the sound entirely. I wonder if you can still slide. Let me check. No, they fixed sliding, finally. So the fun thing about sliding was, if you spammed between two weapons, you would get a boost and you could use it to go really fast. But in the first definitive edition update, they said that they fixed it, but they didn't. It just still worked. And then ever since then, it still worked the whole time. Because they thought they'd fixed it, but never did. But now they've finally fixed it. Netflix have actually fixed it. It's crazy how as soon as GSG was off the project, they fixed so many things that took... Well, they didn't even take GSG years, they just never fixed them. Like, GSG just never fixed any of this stuff. And as soon as Netflix came on top, they just fixed it, like, immediately. Then they had proper aiming. Yeah, I was told that apparently when you use heavy weapons now, you can actually run and shoot with them. Oh, and I'll tell you one other thing that I can check. So before, it's hard to describe without doing it, but before, when you had, like, a pistol, your aim would snap. If you were, like, walking like this and moving, your aim would snap depending on which direction that you were walking in. Does it still happen? No, you can actually aim now. So yeah, they have fixed the aiming as well. It's very difficult to say, but if you look at, like, my earlier playthroughs and you watch me do this, Claude would, like, teleport because his animations would snap together. They didn't flow properly, but now they do. So they've fixed the movement and they've fixed the aiming. You know, pretty important things. My litmus test for D is it superior to the OG? Yeah, the answer will always be no. There's no way to keep this project and make it better than the original. It's impossible. They've already, like, it's already so foundationally fucked. The game runs worse, it plays worse, like the controls just feel so sluggish and awful. The only way that you would make this better is by just scrapping it and starting again. Okay, so there you go. Now you can properly move with the shotgun and aim as well. So this is actually an improvement over the original. You can't do this in the original game, to my knowledge. So that is actually an improvement. And wait, hold on. You can actually sprint with the original, with the shotgun as well. It's not super obvious, but look at Claude's legs. He actually runs this. It's very slight, but he actually runs faster. If you look at the pacing of his legs, look, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can actually sprint with heavy weapons as well. It's basically useless because you don't really go much faster, but you can do it if you want to. Oh yeah, and they still have the thing, so the first, like, 2 markers in the game, they stop you when you hit them, and then as of this marker, they stop you from doing that. They just forgot to keep adding it. Can we start the mission? No, we can't. We still have to wait. Look, you can't start the mission until the music's done playing. There you go.
Hey, I'm bored. When you gonna drill me?
So yeah, still plenty of really easy things that you can find. This, I can't show you with the mouse, but top right, that is, what the fuck is that centering of that timer? Like, what is that trying to be centered around? Look at that. It's just, like, in such a random place. But yeah, so is this better than the previous patches? Yes, absolutely. But is it still absolutely horrible? Worse than the original? And, you know, basically, like, no redeeming factors? Because any first playthrough will spot 100 bugs immediately? Yes. It is still extremely buggy and extremely shit. That is, like, pretty much very, very obvious. The problem with saying just use mods as well is that then you also, if you're comparing it to OG, you also have to allow modding of the OG. So you have to allow widescreen fix, silent patch, and stuff like that. And if you're playing against, like, OG with silent patch and fucking widescreen fix, there's no competition at all. There's no competition. Like, OG is 10 times better. And the other issue is of, like, oh, just use mods of this, is that there are basically no mods for DE. Because no modder wants to fucking touch it, because it's awful. And I don't blame them. Did it really set that? Oh, it's gonna set that other car on fire. Yeah, cool. Classic Van Heist. The awfully compressed audio from the mobile port is still there, just how crunchy the pager audio is, yeah. And the checkpoint system is still fucked as well. It's not actually like a checkpoint or like a retry. It's just like a save So, you know, in San Andreas, it's like actual checkpoints, but for this, it isn't. All it is a mission retry that just sets you back beforehand, as though nothing had happened, which is still obviously better than nothing, but it's not actual checkpoints. Like, the game says, do you want to go back to the previous checkpoint? But there is no checkpoint. Is that a double explosion? No, it just burns out after a while. Okay. Yeah, it's really strange. Like, the game still says, do you want to load from a checkpoint? But there are no checkpoints. There's no checkpoint system in this game. And it still says, do you want to load a checkpoint when you fail a mission? Like, basic stuff like that is still not fixed after all this time. Modding this version is also a legal risk. Yes, very true. Yeah, considering that how harsh Take-Two were on GTA modding before this game released. Yeah, modding this game is like a fucking death sentence, basically. Oh, that's a point. That's a good point. So you see how there's modern drive-bys? So all the way at the start of Definitive Edition, they announced that one of the big things about Definitive Edition that they would add is GTA 5 style drive-bys. So what I mean by that is, like, in GTA 4 and 5, you can right-click to aim out of the dashboard and freely shoot, right? Rather than having to do this. This is still not in the game. Even though there is a toggle for it to enable it, it is still not in the game. You still can't do it. Even after all this time. Reminder, that was a fucking launch, like, tactic, basically. It was like a marketing thing that they said, oh, you should buy Definitive Edition because we have added this. And it's still not in the game. After 3 years, they have still not implemented day one features. Hey Ben, quick question. Am I right in thinking this is based on the mobile port because they lost the original source code? I don't believe that's the case. I'm pretty sure the reason they based this off the mobile port is because the people making Definitive Edition were the same people who made the original mobile version, which is really bad. So obviously, that was the only version that this company had to go with, that they were competent with because they designed it. So they still had the original source code, but they had the most up-to-date version that they'd worked on, being the mobile edition, and they used that as the base for that reason. Obviously, it's still a really stupid reason that they should have never have done it, but I can kind of understand the logic there. So they had the original code and still based it on the shitty mobile version. Yes. Not only did they have the original code, but they also had a team of modders that had already made what is basically a Definitive Edition for them, with the Reverse Engineers project and Silent Patch. They literally had all the work done for them. All they had to do to create Definitive Edition, right, was get reverse engineered versions of the games, fix any stuff that they missed, and then credit the people who made the mods and release it. That's all they had to do, and they would have had a sick Definitive Edition that was fully bug fixed, like bug free pretty much, and they would have worked with the community. They wouldn't have had to do any work whatsoever. They would have just, the work has already to be done for them. It would have been the easiest payday of their lives. But instead, they made a version based on the broken mobile version. And here we are. I actually tried to get a mate of mine into the old games and he ended up buying these only to say they're dog shit. That's the problem. That's the thing that fucks me off the most about these games, is that people coming back to GTA after years, all playing them for the first time, the only way that they can buy GTA is by playing these editions because they delisted the old ones. So now, people return back to the games, play these awful editions and go, huh, maybe GTA wasn't as good as I thought it was. Or, as you know, as good as I remember. But the problem is, it is as good as you remember. It's just the fucking Definitive Editions are crap. That's the problem. If you're playing these games for the first time, you play these and go, oh, these kind of suck actually. They're full of bugs and, you know, kind of unplayable. The controls are shit and slow. Oh, maybe GTA just isn't really for me. But it is! It's so good! And these fucking editions are no, you know, reflection, such a poor reflection of how GTA actually is. But people are gonna believe it because, you know, they have to. They don't really have a choice. They wouldn't know any better. It's so sad. I really hate as well how if you saw the pager at the top left there, it doesn't use the space properly. Like, it's hard to show you until we get another pager, but when we get another pager, remind me. But it uses too much of the left side of the space and not enough of the right side. Also, really quickly, look at the horrendous UI on the top right, by the way. Not only now is the timer misaligned, but what in the fuck is that damage meter? What is that? Why is the colon so small compared to the text? Why is the bar fucking massive compared to everything else? Why is it not aligned with the timer that already isn't aligned with anything else? What are they doing? Also, I just can't fucking sprint anymore. Like, look at this. You can sprint for like 2 seconds and now Claude is like fucked. Also, look at the pager. Look at the pager. Look how much it's off center. Why is everything off center? Look how much space there is on the right hand side and then not on the left hand side. Like, everything is still fucked. I walk for 2 seconds and I completely run out of sprint. The pages are fucked. Everything in the UI is still fucked. I don't get it, man. Look how dark it is here. Your only source of light is this. It's literally like pitch black here almost. I wonder, how does it look without the classic lighting? It's about the same, to be fair. It's a little brighter. I can't see shit. Like Bomb the Base Act 1 wasn't already hard enough. Now I can't even see what the fuck I'm doing. I can barely even see these guys. The only reason I'm shooting them is because I know that they're there. Shit, somebody's still alive. Dude, there was a guy! You literally can't see them, man. You can't see anybody. I had no idea he was there. I couldn't see him at all. My brightness slider at max? I think it's at normal. I haven't changed it. Yeah, it's at mid. Crank the sliders? No, you want it to be at default. So you can get the authentic look. If I start slamming the brightness on max, then you're not gonna get a thing of how it actually looks. I've got to use the barrels to light up the fucking way so I can actually see. There's a guy there, look. I didn't see him before. I thought he was part of the shipping container. I'm still playing OGs on deck. Oh, that's the point. Something else I forgot to mention, guys. You're gonna love this. So now, if you want to play these games on Steam Deck, before they were playable on Steam Deck, now with this update, no matter what version of Proton you use, the games are completely unplayable. They don't even launch apparently on Steam Deck. So now, the games are listed as playable on Steam. Look at the horrendous textures here, by the way. Look at this. Like, what is this supposed to be? You go into a road, and then there's just an obvious seam where this texture starts, and then it's just like clipped up into the walls. Like, is this supposed to be tarmac? Like, what in the fuck is this? It just looks horrific. What is that? Looks horrendous. But yeah, anyway, so now you buy the game because it's playable on Steam Deck according to Steam, and it's not playable. It doesn't even launch. So they're literally scamming Steam Deck users out of their money. It's so funny. That marker is still floating. It's still bugged from the original time, from the original release. Is sprinting still fucked? Yes. Look, I literally can't sprint. Even though I've just started sprinting, I can't sprint at all.
News just
the radio broadcasts are bad.
Repairs to the Callahan Bridge have been completed.
There you go. Usually you don't hear this, like, at all when you have the music off, even in the original. Oh. That was totally worth going the other way. Yeah, I saw that plane plummeting into the buildings in the back. Yeah, I did. Also, look at that pop in there. Look how gross this is. Where is it? There it is. Look at that. Gross. The grenades still look terrible when they leave your hand, look. Still look atrocious. Insane. Like, look at this. What in the fuck is that? Is that trying to be reflections? It looks like the texture's just clipping through. Look at that. This looks horrific. Like, what kind of reflection is that? It reflects both ways. One time it doesn't reflect off the glass, and the other time it does. You look at it exactly the same fucking angle. It looks so weird. What is that? What the fuck is that texture? Like, come on, guys. This thing looks fucked. I still can't tell if I like or hate the water. You know, if you look at it, it just feels wrong, but I can't tell you why. I mean, the fact that the light only reflects on it on certain camera angles certainly doesn't help. But there it looks kind of good. But there it looks kind of bad. But there it looks kind of good. You know? Dude, it was literally on fire. I should have just got in the boat and chased after it. This strat is like mega hard indeed because you can't fucking aim. You can't set up the angle to aim before you shoot. So you have to you have to shoot first and then try and bring up your angle. Better. Oh, these textures are so good. I don't know if you guys have seen these, especially in GTA3. They like float around everywhere. Yeah, they're still buggy as fuck. You can see them. They literally like deload and glitch out. This texture is like the worst offending texture in DE. They're so bad. It took me 3 seconds to find one where they're not properly stuck to the ground. Look, this one is not only clipping through the wall, but it's actually sticking up. Look, it's kind of hard to tell because it's so dark. But it's actually like off the ground. Literally pointed it out, and then a second later you could see it. I'm pretty sure that should have gone right through the window. I'm pretty sure that was like a perfect throw. God, that camera is so horrible. Look at that. When you walk up the stairs, the camera just like lags, and when you walk down the stairs, you like fall down. Look at that. Ugh. I don't remember whether... I think it was over... It's either there or here, the horrible road texture. I think it might have been here. Yeah, I think they fixed it. There used to be like a no road texture here at all. I'm pretty sure they fixed it now. Again, took like 2 years too late, but they did fix it. Oh, I wonder if this is fixed. Nope. The hitbox here is misaligned to the actual geometry that you see. So you walk through the box, and then the box texture is here where the side is. They still haven't fixed this. And this is part of the intended path. Look. You're intended to do this as part of the mission. And you can just float on the wall. They still haven't fixed that. Fucking incredible. Absolutely insane. That's like one of the most egregious things that they still haven't fixed. Is the fucking broken things on the boxes. It's literally part of the intended like progression of the game. And it still doesn't work. That's mad. So then they fix the garage sound by just deleting it. We know what needs to be done to fix DE. Exactly. The only way is to scrap this project, apologize, refund everyone, and start again. It's the only way. Do they still use the platinum icon? They do. They still use the platinum icon to collect the evidence dash packages. And the UI is worse again. They still have the random multicolored system when the packages drop for no reason. And the UI is still fucked on the top right though. It is much smaller than normal and it is not centered. It used to be bigger and centered. I remember this from previous playthroughs. So the UI is actually worse in this update for some reason. Saw that fucking roadblock spawn in right in front of me. Did you guys see that? That was like, I almost hit it. It was so fucking ridiculous how late that spawn was. We don't need to look at things like this when we see the packages literally teleport towards you. Like it's a fucking mobile game. Lol. Look at that shit. Claude just like gets his vacuum and sucks them up somehow. Insane FBI. They'll do anything for the paycheck. What's up, guys? Coming this way? Look at that pop-in. That is so ridiculous. The pop-in of the roadblocks is crazy. You can't even react to them. They're so late. They spawn in so fucking last minute. That is crazy. I just felt the screen go really dark. It does. Look at this. What the hell? What is causing the screen to go so dark and then light again? What? I thought it was maybe me moving, but I can't seem to recreate it. Or can I? Oh, I can. It's like if I drive like into these bits, it like lights up and darkens the game again. That's so bizarre. Really, really bizarre. That's crazy. My car wasn't on fire. Wasn't even smoking a second ago. And now all of a sudden it's on fire. Remember that original PC bug that wasn't in the original PS2 version? Definitive edition, by the way. Just rear-ended a cop, no wanted level. But look how reflected the puddles are, guys. Wow. Look at that. Whoa. It reflects the lights, but not the car. Reflects everything static, but nothing moving. Oh, look how good this looks. Oh, look at the pop-in. Mmm, delicious. Look at this definitive pop-in right here. Literally ultra preset, by the way. If I was on minimum graphics, I'd understand. This is ultra settings. Look how close you get, and it just pop in right in front of you. Look at that shit. Ultra settings. Is 3 the least bad? That seems to be the common consensus, yeah. 3 is the least broken. So you get to see it in like a scale, which is quite funny. Also, is the dodo fixed yet? Do we know? So in the original DE release, you couldn't fly the dodo at all unless you had a controller plugged in. Because lol, DE. I don't know if you can fly this still now or not. Let's see. Doesn't look like you can, I'm not tilting. Yeah. Unless it's numpad, maybe? Yeah, it doesn't want to lift off at all because there's no leaning controls. And that's what you had to do to get the dodo to work last time. Was you had to lean it down and then let it fly up. But you can't lean it anymore, like at all. Well, rip. We're gonna have to drive back. Jesus. My hand got caught on my phone on my desk. I couldn't turn the rest of the way to kill that guy. Doing this endgame without the dodo is kind of sad. It's like the only thing that makes the endgame fun. Yep. Well, there goes all my Infernus health because I got spun out into a fucking set of cartel guys that are gonna mess me up. I'll take this. But hey, look, the vents have like steam coming out of them or whatever. Insane. Definitive steam. The game still runs and plays like complete shit, but hey, we have steam coming out of the vents. Or whatever the hell that's supposed to be. I don't know why there'd be steam just randomly on the concrete where people are walking, but what else could it be? Do a couple. Got a lot of traffic on the pavement. Yeah, it's just more OG bugs. They still haven't fixed in the definitive edition of the game. Bugs from fucking 25 years ago. Classic. I love the cars in the tunnel spawning in right in front of my very eyes. Look at that. Just horrendous. Hopping is crazy. Oh, shit. Again, my vehicle wasn't smoking a second ago. What is this guy doing? Bug traffic, still not fixed. Floating trees, still not fixed. That's been there since patch 1. Literally a 30-second fix, just moving the Z coordinate of that tree. Yep. Still can't jump with a rocket launcher yet. You guys fuck up. Right, now I have 3 stars. But I was either that or I was dead. I've only got 30 health. I don't really have a choice. Shining a lamp in my face for no reason. Holy shit. This looks awful. So bad. I don't remember if that thing breaking into pieces is new, or if that's just a DE fix. But in the original, those things were buggy as hell. You would hit them, and they would start like freaking out because they wouldn't properly break. But now, at least in this patch, possibly earlier patches as well, you hit them and they break into like 3 or 4 pieces and fall apart. Is an improvement. Very minor though. Oh, sick. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Do we tighten it some more now or just wait for it to turn black and fall off?
Hey player, do you want to start from a checkpoint? Oh, the checkpoint is actually right at the start of the fucking mission, along with every other mission in the game. Yep, nice checkpoint system, guys. Literally just restarting the mission. No checkpoint to be found. But the game still asks you if you want to go from a checkpoint. But there is no checkpoint, because fuck you. Fuck you, $60 please. Yeah, it's still like fucking $60 or whatever. Yeah. When they released it on Steam, they put it for half price, but now it's obviously gone back to full price again. They either don't give a shit or it sells well enough to warrant the same cost. Gardo, I'll tell you before. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These games, these remasters, have positive reviews overall on Steam. People actually like these games. It's not about them giving a shit. It's about they're being praised for being awful. So why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they sell them at $60? People are paying it and loving it and leaving good reviews and going, oh my god, it's so good, I love it. I love it when Take-Two feeds me shit. Yes. Take-Two, please more yummy shit. Please, yes. Red Dead Redemption with less features than the original, no multiplayer. Thank you so much, Take-Two. Thank you so much. Charge me 40 quid for a 15-year-old game with less content. Yes, please, Take-Two. Yum, yum. Just fucking brain damaged. Nice shot, by the way. That definitely missed. Well, you guys want to do this mission for a 3rd time? Very cool. Maybe one day this mission will stop failing itself. Yeah, I want to load from the checkpoint. Oh, the checkpoint's all the way at the start, by the way, because fuck you. Reminder that, speaking of doing this mission over and over, by the way, when Definitive Edition first released on day one, if you tried to play this on PS4 or Xbox One, when you shot the plane here and it had that massive explosion, it would just crash the console. And people couldn't beat the game on day one. Definitive Edition, by the way. Surely they won't let a game Breaking Bird like that be released. Surely. Oh, hey, this is still a bug. That only happens in DE, by the way. Sometimes a guy can be caught in a vehicle explosion and survive it, somehow. What the fuck, man? What is going on? I can't believe that the shot actually counts the first time.
Do we technically someone now?
And then I get screwed by the cops, and then the second and third time, the shot just doesn't register at all. Literally never failed this in my life in OG. Never. Never failed this shot before. What's the new update about hot fixes? I'll show you. Show you the patch notes. There you go. There's the patch notes. Thank goodness for Fit Girl, so nobody is forced to spend their hard-earned cash on this. And the same with any modern games, to be honest. Thank God for Fit Girl providing working copies of modern games, so you don't actually have to fucking test Steam's refund policy constantly. Thank God that you can just go to her website, download a game, see if it actually functions, find out that it doesn't, because of course it doesn't. It's a fucking modern game. And then you can just delete it and never think about it again. Instead of having to fucking hope you get a refund via Steam, and if not, then you've just wasted your money unlucky. Be able to open the game by just clicking on the icon. Oh yeah, it's also a benefit to a Fit Girl repack as well, yeah. You don't have to use 2 lines of DRM to open the game. And you can play it offline as well, which you can't do with these shit games. If Rockstar fucking Live ever goes down, doesn't matter if you pay for the game, you can't play it anymore because it's fucking always online, lol. Fuck you, give me $60. That was the funniest part about Definitive Edition release. I remember it like it was yesterday. Was Rockstar RGL going down, so the people who paid for the game couldn't play it, and the people that pirated it could play it. Because RGL was down, and the game's always online if you play it legit. So pirates were able to enjoy the game, and the people that paid good money for it couldn't play it on release. I was one of the few people who pre-ordered it, then it's your own stupid fault, Obsessed. I'm sorry to say it, but if you pre-ordered DE, then it's on you, buddy. You had enough information to know what it was going to be like. You made that choice. Oh shit, I really got hit by that. I'm dead. Oh! Yep. I didn't think that bomb would hit me. It looked like it was nowhere near me. Luckily, guys, we have a checkpoint all the way at the start of the mission. I love how you still take damage before you even gain control as well, bro. It's good shit. I pre-ordered Starfield. That's your own stupid fault. I pre-ordered Cyberpunk, dude. I've never heard a bad word about Cyberpunk before this. I don't know what rock you've been living under, but welcome to the real world. Cyberpunk was one of the worst day one launches ever. And in my opinion, it started the whole movement of fucking modern games going to shit. Like, for me, Cyberpunk was the catalyst, the first game to have such an atrocious release, but still get so praised and do well, that it, like, started that fucking cascading effect of all the other games doing it. There were games before, like No Man's Sky and shit like that. But they were like few and far between. Whereas after Cyberpunk, every game started having the same problem. Like Fallout 76, Bethesda had already become like part of a joke, in my opinion anyway. And Fallout 76 was just a nail in the coffin. Whereas CD Projekt Red was like one of the fucking best studios on the planet. They'd never set a foot wrong before it.
Yeah, we got a good
So, guys, what do you think? Let me know in the chat. I'm gonna give it like a 3. It used to be like a 2, and now it's gone up to like a 3 out of 10. 5, 4, 3, 3, 2.3, 5 out of 7. That's pretty high. Need to watch the other games to form an educated opinion. Yeah, fair enough. If we're classing it as like one big update, that's fair. Yeah, we'll save our major opinions by checking out the other games as well. Why are some of the credits so fucking small? Look how much room they have. They have literally the entire screen. Yeah, I guess the cutscene audio just doesn't give a fuck about the settings, no, because it's really loud. So, I'll skip it. Yeah, even the credits look atrocious. Alright, radical. Turn this shit off.